coming, America. And here we are with a new mid-size Malibu wagon designed to carry you well into the years ahead. With mileage estimates no other mid-size six-cylinder wagon can top. With all kinds of room inside, plus a smart new look that's not going to go unnoticed.
It's going to be Denver's basketball. Coming in now is going to be Ralph Simpson again. Wilkerson will check out.
You know, Murphy's situation, not shooting well percentage-wise, as you mentioned, there's a lot of pressure on him when you know that you have to put the ball up a lot of times for your club to win. Many of those shots will not be good percentage shots, therefore it's hard to shoot a good percentage.
He's been shooting 49% from the field for the year. Here comes Anthony Roberts. There's your time. And Roberts gets it underway, and that's going to end our first half of play. 49-42. Denver leads the Houston Rockets at halftime. Stay tuned now for Horse as Ron Boone goes against Dan Issel.
Last spring, 227 specially equipped Chevy Nova police cars were delivered to the Jacksonville, Florida Sheriff's Department. That's a tall order, but no surprise, because law enforcement agencies in 47 states have made Chevy Nova America's best-selling police compact. Now, a lot of the things the police look for in a new car are the same things you'd look for in a new car. Reliability, performance, and value. Chevy Nova, a wanted car, now more than ever.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special. The beer will...
Happy birthday, you old codger.
Well, it's certainly not a tie. So tonight...
Hey, so long, Rob. I wanted to make sure we got something good to drink at this party.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Tonight...
Here's the good friends.
Let it be Lowenbrow.
Day and night, mile after mile, we put 40,000 miles on a set of Sears road handlers and went on to run the route of the Pony Express from Missouri to California. Road Handler, Sears' best steel-belted radio. It's the tire that ran 40,000 miles and then took on the rugged route of the Pony Express. Wide radial design, double steel belting. The Road Handler, from the home of the radials, Sears.
When my kids need decking out, thank heavens for the car that carries clout.
When you carry Master Charge, you carry clout.
When I want service, I don't shout. I flash the card that carries clout. Master Charge, the #1 card in the world.
When you carry Master Charge, you carry clout.
Jetting about? Use your clout.
Hi, everyone. I'm Don Crickey, and this year at halftime on CBS coverage of NBA basketball, we have some of the top players in the league matched up in the old schoolyard game of horse, where a player must duplicate his opponent's shots or be assessed a penalty letter. 5 misses means 5 letters. That spells horse, and he's out. Today, Big Dan Issel of the Denver Nuggets goes against Ron Boone of Kansas City. And for more on the rules, here's Manny Rudolph.
The basic rules of horse are as follows. The player in control must describe his shot beforehand. Now, 2 consecutive shots from the same area are not allowed unless someone moves at least 5 feet away. There are trick shots allowed. However, the same trick shot cannot be attempted more than once in the contest. The flip of the coin will determine who goes first. Now, there's going to be disputes out there, and if there are, my word will be the final judge.
Dan Issel won the toss, and he'll lead away.
Ready? Bank shot.
The man who set all the scoring records at the University of Kentucky as a collegian. And Ron Boone from Idaho State stays right with him.
Thanks.
And the good big man beat the good little man. Right now they're filling it up.
Straight in.
Ron Boone takes over.
Shooting advantage to Boone. Straight in, says Ron Boone. No problem with it.
Straight in, Dan.
Here.
Straight in from there, right. There's a miss. Dan Issel picks up the first letter H.
And Boone maintains the shooting advantage. Here's a guy
Call
that's
your shot, Ron. Straight
scored
in.
over 12,000 points in the ABA and has now done the big job at Kansas City.
Straight in.
Nothing fancy here, just more and more the game's hallmark shot, the jumper.
There's a miss. Second letter. For Issel.
Straight in's been Ron Boone's call.
Call your shot.
Straight in.
That's all you need. Straight in, says Ron Boone, and he's hitting everything.
Third miss, third letter.
This competition is being staged at the Omni International Complex in Atlanta.
Call your shot, Ron.
Straight in.
We thank the Atlanta Hawks for their cooperation as Ron Boone is putting on a shooting clinic for Dan Issel.
Does he miss?
Not yet.
Fourth letter.
So right now, Boone is one letter away from shutting out Big Dan Issel.
Call your shot.
Straight in.
Name of his game is Straight In, and that does it.
That's it.
So, Ron Boone advances over high-scoring Dan Issel of the Denver Nuggets in this first-round competition. All right, here's our winner, Ron Boone. Ron, as we watch this competition go along, the people who are playing the percentage shots, getting the advantage, are winning, and that's what you did.
Well, I got a lot of confidence in that 15, 18-foot shot, you know, and I'd rather take that than anything.
That's what you win with in the NBA.
Well, I enjoy shooting it, you know, and you develop a concentration, and concentration brings some kind of consistency, so I go with what's best.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Well, thank you.
Ron Boone of the Kansas City Kings. And he sure was consistent. That was the concluder of the first round. The losers in the first round get $500. The winners advance, and here's some of them. JoJo White, Bingo Smith, Pete Maravich, Bob McAdoo. They'll all be coming up in the weeks to come. In fact, next week you'll see Randy Smith and George Gervin.
Denver up by 7 points. Stay with us now for the halftime. Jimmy the Greek on Greek's Grapevine. Also a report from the U.S. Grand Prix in Long Beach. The NBA on CBS will return after this word from your local station.
Benny Goodman and Gavin McLeod head the guest list on Mitzi Gaynor's Rousing Special this Thursday on CBS.
At the conclusion of today's game and each of our NBA telecasts during the season, we'll be selecting the Chevrolet Most Valuable Player of the Game. In conjunction with this award, Chevrolet will present a check for $1,000 to the General Scholarship Fund of the Players College or University. Any student may be eligible to benefit from these scholarship funds, and today's winner will be announced at the end of the telecast. John McLaughlin, you and I will be voting for the MVP, and should we disagree, our producer, Bob Stinner, will cast the deciding vote. Jimmy the Greek is coming up next on Greek's Grapevine. He's going to talk about the possibility of baseball here in Denver and also about Heisman Trophy winner Earl Campbell.
All right, let's check in with San Antonio Greek on this Sunday afternoon. Jimmy, nice to see you in San Antonio today. Of course, the NBA draft now is the talk of the league, and who might wind up being the top draft choice?
I think it's between Michael Thompson and Bird, but Bird has some options whether he wants to play or not. If the offer's good enough, he'll play. If it's not, he can play another year.
Yeah, Larry can just stay right there in Indiana State. He's in a great bargaining position, Jimmy. Now let's bring up the NFL draft on May 2nd. Earl Campbell down here, the Texas Longhorns, he pretty much got to be the #1 pick.
Everybody says he is except my people, and my people have reservations about Earl's speed. But he'll probably go 2 or 3 anyway.
How about some trades around the NFL? This is the time of year when general managers really heat up those talks.
Well, in Miami, there's some talk about Larry Little, Fred Solomon, and Benny Malone being on the block. Anthony Davis from Tampa.
Who would be interested in Anthony, Jimmy?
Well, a lot of people would be, probably. I'm sure that Oakland's taking a look at
Hey,
him.
Ron Wolf went back in there to work for Al Davis in that front office. He'd give him a good report, wouldn't he?
He sure would. He's a good man.
All right. Listen, speaking of the Bay Area, come on now, admit it to everyone. You're going to be wrong. The Oakland A's are going to play baseball right there in Oakland again and not go to Denver.
Maybe. But let me ask you one question, Brent. Why would Larry McPhail be meeting with the president of the American Association about moving the minor league Denver team out of Denver?
You're going to go all the way with this one, aren't you?
I'm going all the way with them.
All right, we'll see you next Sunday in Boston. Have a nice week.
Coming or going on a business trip, you've got no time to waste. And nobody knows that better than Hertz. Whether it's picking up or dropping off your Ford or other fine car, nobody has more to do it faster.
Gaming, getting you out with super speed. Hertz, the superstar in rent-a-car. Hertz, the superstar in rent-a-car.
You know it.
I've got colors that will sing. I've got colors that surprise. I've got colors that will bring music to your eyes. When you choose a Pittsburgh paint, all you do is visualize, and the dealer blends the paint. That's music to your eyes. Pittsburgh paints, music to your eyes. Pittsburgh paints, music to your eyes.
Like your GM car?
Yeah.
Want to keep that great GM feeling?
We sure do.
Then shake hands with Mr. Goodwrench. He's dedicated to improved customer care at more than 6,000 participating GM dealers.
You want genuine GM parts. You want your car fixed right, on time. That's what I want, too. Caring about your GM car helps keep me in business.
Keep that great GM feeling with genuine GM parts.
Fred, you're getting married. You gotta look great. So stop shaving. It's better to get stroked in the morning.
The Bic shaver?
The Bic shaver is so responsive it doesn't shave you, it strokes you.
I'm gonna get stroked like this every morning.
And the Bic shaver's cheaper than blades, yet it's a blade and handle in one.
Fred, marriage agrees with you.
Well, he really got stroked this morning.
The Bic shaver, lots of great shaves from just one Bic shaver. Then it's time for the next. So don't shave, get stroked in the morning.
Hi, I'm David Thompson of the Denver Nuggets. And I'm a long way from NBA action. Here in Africa, like a lot of places around the world, the Peace Corps is alive and well, helping people in need. People went out of their way to help me when I was a kid. And that's what the Peace Corps is asking you to do. Help someone and you'll help yourself. Join the Peace Corps.
This message is brought to you by the Ad Council in cooperation with the NBA.
The preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Basketball Association. The NBA on CBS is sponsored by all the new 1978 Chevrolets, now at your Chevy dealers everywhere. Consolidated Cigar Company, makers of Dutch Master cigars. There really are masters at Dutch Masters. And by the Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer.
Immediately following the conclusion of this game, we're going to Long Beach for the U.S. Grand Prix. Now, to give us an update, let's go to Long Beach now, and Ken Squire.
Here at Long Beach, California, that quiet dignity that prevails over any world championship